Hello everybody, today we're doing LeetCode 1 to sum. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to target. We assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So for example 1, we have 2, 7, 11, 15 in our nums array and our target is 9. What we want to do is find the two numbers that adds up to target and return those indices. So our output is 0 and 1 because 2 plus 7 equals 9. And for example 2, nums equals 3 to 4 for the values inside of our array, and our target is 6, and the output is 2 and 4 because 2 plus 4 equals 6. So if we look at this little sequence that we have, 2 plus 7 equals 9, where 9 is our target, we can also look at it as A plus B equals C. And we know our value of A because that will be what we look at as we iterate through the array. So essentially that's our current value. Current plus whatever our B is something else that we want, equals to target. So we can rearrange this to look for B, where we do C minus A equals B. And that's essentially what we do in order to solve this problem. And we can solve this with a hash map where here's our open bracket, closing bracket, where on the left side for our values, we'll store the current value for A, current value of A, and on the right side, we'll store the index. So what that would look like. So for example 1, at the very first iteration 2, we take C minus A equals B, where C is our target number, 9, minus 2, which is what we're currently looking for, equals to 7. And what do we do with 7? We see if 7 exists in our hash map, and it's not available in there. So what we want to do is store what we've come across, which is 2, and the index is 0. At our next iteration, 9 minus 7 equals 2. We want to see if 2 is available in our hash map, and it is. So what do? We return the index where 7 currently is, which is 1. And we return the index for 2, which is 0. And there you have it. We return 0 and 1 in any order. And that's how you would go about it for example 1. So for example 2, at our first iteration is 3 and our target is 6. So 6 minus 3 equals 3. We want to see if 3 is available in our hash map, and it's not. So we want to store the value and the index for what we're currently looking at, which is 3 at index 0. At our next iteration 2, 6 minus 2 equals 4. We're looking for 4 to see if it's available in our hash map, and it's not. So we want to store the value 2 as well as where it lives, index 1. And then we iterate to the next. So 6 minus 4 equals 2. And we want to look for 2 inside of our map. And we see that it's available right here. So we return the index of 4. The index of 4 is 2. And the index of 2 is 1. So return 2 and 1 in any order. So let's see what that would look like in the code. So in our code, we would have to instantiate a map. And as we loop through this, we also want to make sure we're storing the values of the index. So instead of using a for of loop, we're going to use the traditional for let I equals 0 when I is less than num.length I plus plus. And what we want to do in here is just making a little note for myself. C minus A equals B. So in our map, what we want to do is at every iteration, make sure we store the value of A in there. So that would look like map sub A equals I. So in here, we're going to do let B equals target minus our A value, where our A value is nums sub I. And we want to do a check to see if B is in our map. If B in map is true, we want to return the location of what we're currently looking at, which is I, as well as the location of what is stored for B, which is map sub B. And let's run our test cases. That looks good. Let's hit submit. So it passes all of the test cases in LeetCode, and that's how I would go about it. I would actually go back and readable to other people. And what I would do is call B another. So let another equals target minus num sub I. So we're looking to see if another is available in there. And what we're currently looking at is that curve value equals num sub I. Num sub I curve value equals I. And let's get rid of this comment and let's run it. Oh, runtime error. Oh, forgot to change B map of another. Okay, looks good. Looks good, and there you have it. I kept it as ABC because it's a little bit easier to keep track of while I was explaining to you the approach, but this is how I would go about it. We can talk about the time and space complexity for it. The time in the worst case scenario is that we would have to operate or iterate through every single element in the array, so that would make it O of n. For space, because we're building a hash map, worst case scenario, they're all different numbers, and we would have to also create one for every single one. So time and space would also be O of n. Okay, so there you have it. That's how I'd go about it. If you liked the video and would love to see more, or you can like to see more, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see y'all next time. Thank you.